Good morning, Southland Academy. It is Thursday, November the 18th. Hope that you're having a great week and getting ready to celebrate Thanksgiving holidays. First, I want to congratulate Mrs. Allison Humphrey. Mrs. Humphrey was recognized as the GISA High School Teacher of the Year. She was nominated in letters of recommendation and whole interview process over the last really 10 months. And so congratulations to her. And we're so happy for her and for the job that she does every day in the classroom. This past Friday, our lower school presented our Veterans Day program. Those students did a great job. It was a great day for our school community and our local community as we celebrate our veterans. And so thank you to Mrs. Kinslow, Mrs. Grinnells, and all the teachers for making that such a great day. Last week, you should have received some information in the mail about our annual fund, and we hope that you'll take a minute to consider donating to that. And just a couple of things I wanted to point out to you. Hopefully you see that in the letter and some information, but just to help clarify why the annual fund is so important to us. Tuition and fees cover about 90% of our budgeted expenses, and so the annual fund helps take care of the additional 10% of expenses. 100% of those dollars given to the annual fund goes to Southland Academy. Really, all of our other fundraisers, there's a cost to those, either paying for the chocolate or whatever that may be, and so 100% goes to Southland. All amounts, large or small, help in terms of helping our total goal, but it also helps in terms of our participation. And so that's really important as we reach out to foundations and others in the community that we can say, 80 to 90% of our current families help in supporting our annual fund. And 100% of your gift is tax deductible. So we hope that you and your family will consider making a gift to this year's annual fund. Thank you for those who participated and provided feedback in our survey that we sent out last week for our current parents. Just a few areas that we wanted to get some information on after the first semester is almost over, and then a couple of pieces that would apply to our strategic plan. So if you haven't taken the opportunity, really probably only takes about 10 minutes to complete, and so if you could do that maybe by this weekend, that would be great, and the link to that survey will be attached to this email. Just an update on COVID, we continue to see about one positive COVID case a week on average with our students. So it hasn't gone away, certainly hasn't increased in our community and school community. Feel like we're managing that fairly well. And so after Thanksgiving, we will still recommend wearing a mask, but we will only require them at a teacher's request. And so there could be an activity within a class or different times of the day where maybe they're in a large group or a real close setting for a long period of time where the teacher may request that. But outside of that, those will be the only time that students will be required to wear masks on campus as at the request of the teacher. Another significant change over the course of this year and last year, when a student was identified as being exposed on campus with a normal student school activity, we've had 0 cases of a student transmitting the virus from one student to another during normal school functions. Of course, that doesn't mean that will always be the case, but to this point, almost 100 students have been quarantined and 0 have tested positive. And so what we're going to do for students who are in close contact with someone who tests positive on campus, we will allow them to continue at school, but be required to wear a mask for the next 5 days. Now, students who are exposed off campus, maybe by a family member or something of that nature, they will have to continue to follow normal CDC guidelines with being quarantined for 7 days with a negative test, or just 10 days without a test. And so realize that adds another layer and may add a little confusion. We don't want to do that. So anytime that we have an exposure or positive case, we'll continue to communicate with that grade or those impacted, and if, to try to make sure we're all communicating the same thing. So just wanted to let you know about that change. We'll continue to monitor that. We can't make a commitment how long we'll be in this stage, but we'll just continue to monitor it and see how that particular situation goes in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So any questions, please feel free to contact me. We'll try to make sure we're all on the same page. Today, progress reports will be published, and so parents hope that you'll take a look at that. You should see a detailed progress report for all the grades this 9 weeks for your students. So if you have trouble finding that or you don't see that, please let us know. We want to make sure you have all that information. Today, our 5th graders are participating with an annual tradition of Why America is Free, and they're already started that educational process and fun, and so we're excited about that. Next week, we will not have classes as we spend time with family and friends with Thanksgiving. Then we'll return after next week and have a couple of weeks before the Christmas break. And so it's a busy time, but we hope that next week will provide a little time to relax and spend with family and friends. We hope that you have a great Thanksgiving. And again, if you have any questions about this or anything else, hope you'll feel free to reach out to me. Have a great day.